Alright, so if there is one thing that I like, it is free stuff. Even at work on a closing shift and all the food is being thrown away, you bet your ass I'm packing boxes full of chicken. And you know, quite frankly, all my coworkers look at me like I'm some hungry child, and to be honest, no, that isn't the case. I just love free stuff. And this is no exception to when it comes to free video games. Now, the best free video game I've ever gotten is Subnautica. It was absolutely worth the money, and even though like I said, I got it for free many years ago, but absolutely worth it. But I want to talk about this new free game that's been on my radar, or not really on my radar. People on my Discord told me to get it ages ago and I kind of neglected it until now. But it is called Enlisted, and it is a free-to-play World War II shooter made by that evil Russian snail. But I'll go more into depth later on. Now, I just want to clarify that while I may shit on the game here and there, like complain about nitpicky things, I just want you to understand that this is a free-to-play game. Just take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, it is a free-to-play game. And yes, I'm going to give you another monologue about my life story, because back when I was 13, I had no money, I had a potato PC, and I know to some of the audience members who are in my younger demographic, you might be in the same position as me back then. But since I'm not in that position anymore, when I was playing Enlisted, I sort of just asked myself, why don't I just turn this game off and play Hell Let Loose, or Battlefield 5, or even Titanfall 2, which, holy shit, Titanfall 2 is so fucking good. I can't believe I haven't played this until now. It's just such a good game. But anyways, back to Enlisted. It has a strange charm to it that just makes it fun. I keep on going back and playing this game, even though I have no need to play it. Because truth be told, I have endless hours of fun playing this game, and I can guarantee that you will as well. But look, to start things off, I want to go over some concerns and just some negatives that you should be aware of before you get this game. And first off, to my fellow Australians, this game is not Australian friendly. There are no Asian servers or even Australian servers, so I hope you can deal with the 200 ping and that Telstra likes you, because if they don't, you're gonna have a bad time. And to be absolutely honest, it hasn't actually been as inhibiting as I thought. I could still be competitive and do well, but the reason why I am probably being competitive and doing well is because I'm playing against bots most of the time. This game says it can support 50v50, but the most I've ever seen is 10v10, and the remainder being filled with bots. I mean, I'll be honest, it's satisfying killing someone and realizing that they are a real person and not in fact a bot gives me a sense of superiority, if I'm being completely honest. But I mean, nonetheless, the reason why I probably encountered so many bots was because when I was playing, the majority of the Americans were asleep, and you know what? It didn't impact my experience whatsoever. Another negative to this game is that when I was watching other YouTubers and hearing them give their opinion on the game, but one thing that they mentioned was that this game feels clunky and that it basically handles like a truck. And I mean, to be honest, I've played many sort of dodgy games in the past, including APB Reloaded, which is very poorly optimized. You could have a 3090 and a Ryzen 9 and you're still gonna get no more than 50 FPS. So I've had my fair share of clunky games, but this game, the YouTubers that did a video on it sort of downplayed how clunky I was sort of expecting it to be. I was expecting it to sort of be sort of fluid, but there were moments where it was very difficult to move. And look, to my main audience who's played Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, imagine those sort of clunky movement mechanics, but much worse. I'd say 10 times worse, because when you mix in the movement mechanics with the high ping, it is very difficult. I can imagine that people with decent ping, it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be, but someone with high ping, it is very difficult, and it's annoying at times, because sometimes I want to shoot out a window and sometimes it's just more trouble than it's worth. But I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? It's a free game. You're gonna have to put up with these sort of things because it's a free game. You're getting a free game and you're gonna have endless hours of fun. Alright, but the last negative that I want to talk about is, well, yes, like I mentioned earlier, this game is developed by Gaijin, or the evil Russian snail, and knowing their track record with listening to community feedback and as well as microtransactions, which, hey, I'm not opposed to like microtransactions, because after all, it is a free game and they, like, how else are they supposed to make money? People always sort of complain about, oh, too many microtransactions. Look, they have to make money somehow, and as long as they don't charge money for things that completely breaks the game, like in World of Tanks, like when they sell the Defender, E25, or Object 7032, which, mind you, I have all of these tanks. I've spent over $1,000 on World of Tanks, is just shameful. But anyways, back to this game, right? Microtransactions. If you want to unlock the good things, the good weapons like the M1 Garand, because you guys know how much I like that gun, you're gonna have to grind to get it. And obviously after the first couple of levels, it just becomes so tedious and hard. That's why they say, hey, if you spend money, you can just skip the level. You can skip all the levels if you want. But I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I don't like to just get everything right off the bat by paying for it, because I mean, I like to grind things. I like the grinding element, but when it becomes so tedious, unbearable, and not really worth it, then yeah, it can be quite frustrating. So I mean, this game does have elements of pay to win. Like you can pay and just get the MP40 or all the good fancy guns right off the bat, or you're gonna have to start off with the crappy World War I era guns like the M1907 and I can't remember the games, but the Mosin guns, because when you have to use these weapons against like a fully automatic weapon, then yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. But hey, these are some negatives to the game that I felt like you should be aware of before you get it. It's just something that you should be informed about. But I want to talk about the good of the game, just some things that I like about it. But look, in terms of the way the game feels, like yes, I did say it was clunky, but the weapon handling is pretty good. It reminds me so similar to Battlefield 5. Okay, more specifically the snipers, because sniper class is my absolute favorite. You're probably seeing the gameplay of me just running around like an absolute madman, which I mean, yeah, it can be kind of cringe at times just seeing me trying to like quickscope people, but I mean, hey, that's literally what I did in Battlefield 5. I get the Type 99 Arasaka and I just literally run around just going ham on people. And I can do this in this game because it doesn't have that ridiculous two-shot sniper thingo that Battlefield games have. No, if you get shot by a sniper, 99% of the time you're gonna get killed. And this applies for most of the weapons that have a very high TTK. 1 to 2 shots and you're dead, which is good, but it also means that the game is sort of in this limbo of not knowing whether, you know, it wants to be this fast-paced action Michael Bay level video game, or if it wants to be more, you know, realistic. It's sort of like a cross between them, and I like it. Some people might not like it, but I like it. It's able to retain my, you know, short attention span while also being fun. But I mean, another thing in terms of weapon handling, I haven't encountered any weapon sway or really bullet drop. There probably is, but it hasn't impacted my game in any way. I'm still able to sprint around, which mind you, there is a sprint bar, but I'm able to just run around literally just quick scoping people, shooting people, and just doing well. This is probably because I'm playing with bots, but even with the real players, I'm still able to do this. Now moving on, if you know me, you know that the ambience of a video game is very, very important. The ambience, the atmosphere that it generates, it can really make or break a game. But in terms of this game, I thought I was having sensory overload. Because you hear gunshots in the distance, explosions every 5 seconds. Like I said, it's as if Michael Bay made this fucking game. There wasn't one moment when playing when I wasn't on the edge of my seat, fearing for my life. And I know I've said this many times in the past, but I want to be scared. I want to actually feel like I'm going to die. I want to be left with PTSD. To put it plain and simply, I want to get fucked up, basically. That's what I want to happen. And this game did that real good. Now, unfortunately, this game doesn't have, you know, the extravagant destruction physics like some AAA games, but I mean, I'm not complaining. It's such a good atmosphere and ambience, and I felt like I was actually just getting bombed and fearing for my life. It was so much fun. But anyways, before I end today's video, I wanted to say, well, first off, subscribe and like the video, please. I need this. I've set a goal, like I did like a 3-month plan sort of goal, and I want to get 10K in like 3 months. I reckon we can do that. I genuinely believe that we can do that, so please help me out. Anyways, I do implore you to try this game out. There is no excuse to not getting this game. Like, what's your excuse to not getting this game? Oh, you don't have any money? It's free to play. Oh, but my computer won't be able to run it. Well, it's made by a Russian developer, and most Russian games made by, you know, like Gaijin and World of Tanks' developer? Wargaming, even though that's Belarusian, but same thing. Okay, some people are gonna get offended by me saying that, but they are made for Russian people who have crappy computers. And I'm sorry to any Russians watching this, but I mean, it's true. They do make the games, you know, optimized for very low end systems. So don't come and tell me that, oh, but my computer can't run it, because I can guarantee you that your shitty ass computer will be able to run it. But anyways, I'm gonna end today's video there. My name is Tantwo, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.